Hey everyone, this is Hank of TroubleMaker.
Hi everyone, this is Ken from RAKwireless.
RAKwireless, welcome.
Thank you, glad to be here.
So we're here in the electronics lab of TroubleMaker. Invited Ken to join us. How long do we know each other?
I think it's around we met each other 1.5 years ago.
Okay.
At TroubleMaker, Shenzhen Huaqiangbei headquarters.
Yeah. And since then we have a remote but nice relation.
Yeah.
And so tell me what you're doing here today.
Actually, we are doing the hardware stuffs and for the developer community, and especially focus on the IoT area.
IoT stuff.
Yeah, and right now our product strategy is 100% focused on the LPWA. It's low power wide area technology. It's include technology it's LoRa and NB-IoT. Yeah, something like that.
LoRa and NB-IoT.
Yeah.
So, well, the people who know those words, they know what they're going to use it for. But if somebody wants to learn about this, what does it stand for? What can you do with that?
Actually, we make some, the very good standard products. I mean, it's a match for the open source form factor. For example, we make the board compatible with Arduino and the Raspberry Pi and the Net6 boards. So the people can start with their mainstream open source board, just buy connectivity on top of that, then start the IoT application. So this is what we do. But compared to other, mostly, Chinese supplier, I think we very careful the customer experience. The experience actually include how they know RAKwireless. Yeah. We build a lot of the content blogs in the internet, so people can easily find some valuable information. Then they track RAKwireless, offer this kind of solution. The other hand is after sales. After sales, actually, we have very good documentation center. Before the foreigners, they try to buy China cheap products. It's very cheap, but the problem is after buy, no service, right? So this is what we want to change. Yeah. So we build very thorough and professional documentation center to introduce the step-by-step hands-on the tutorials.
Yeah, so I think this is a very interesting point. You're almost like a mini academy, but you provide the hardware and the knowledge.
And the service.
And the service. So people who are kind of new to IoT or new to product development, with your product, they can kind of easily build something.
True, right. And also, we let them easy start for the IoT from a prototype stage, right? But our product philosophy, we not only just make the people happy with the prototype easy, but we also want to make their commercial production lines easy. Yeah. So our, company philosophy is IoT made easy. So we always care for how our customer, very easy to start, achieve their goal. Yeah.
So, and this is another question what I had in my mind. Like, we get a lot of people here who are interested in developing a product, but not just the development. They want to bring it to market. They want to manufacture. Correct. And like companies who create development boards and things like that, always very interesting. But there is a kind of limit in what you can do. You can develop, but then you still lack the next step.
Yeah.
So you already said that you have some servers and after sales. So how do you handle people who want to go to the next step to manufacturing?
Yeah. So actually, we solve this problem from two perspectives. The one perspective is from product itself. We saw the before we do the mobile phone or tablet. It's very large volume and very standard products, right? So you are very easy when success, you can go very large volume. So easy manufacturer want to do the production for you. But for the IoT, actually the problem is its application is diversified, but the volume is very limited. So if you want to hire someone to do the design for you, the volume is not big, so the factory is not very see you as top important customer. So that's is the biggest problem for IoT right now. So we solve this problem is from a product itself, is we make some very compact the connector. So the people can easily from not only the prototype, purpose, but also they can just click down then go to the production. So our idea is inspired not only by Lego for modular, we also inspired by IKEA. So the IKEA, when you come to buy the furniture, you not buy the complete furniture, you buy the blocks. Then you can easily assembly for the final, right? So it's diversified application, right? But also we can make standard blocks production. The cost will go lower.
Yeah.
So this is our, the solution to solve from the product itself. The second perspective is from the service, right? So actually, most of customers they have a different, the enclosure, right? So also they look for some kind of customized enclosure. Definitely, they need some customization. So our customization is just maybe from the complete product, which maybe just 20%. So before you must do 100% customization. Right now, just 20%.
Nice.
So we have very solid, complete team to do this service, and also include the custom design, also include the certification, manufacturing, and also distribution.
So you're talking about your team. How many people on your team? What kind of things do they do?
Right now, we have around 100 people in the whole world. We're not just all the people in China. We also have 55 people outside of China. So our headquarters is Shenzhen, and we also have R&D center in Beijing, Xi'an. And but right now, because we target to provide the service and the product for the global market, that's why we have very large international team.
Right.
And to make products better, to make the service better.
And the people who are not in China, they are the locals from that country?
Yeah, and also mostly based in the home.
Okay.
Because situation in this year, right?
You're very like progressive, right? You understand that give people flexibility to work is beneficial for the company.
Yeah. So for startup, I think the best benefit thing is our goal is very clear and very narrow, very focused. So if we have a concentrated goals, so we can make things very easy. And so we find that the people, it's not they just work for us. Actually, we have a same vision for the products, how can benefit it for the people, right? So this we work together. So we just find the right people, no matter where he is.
Right.
We just work together. And so our management is very objective and key result principle. So we have very clear the company goal. We also have a clear roles in different position.
Right.
And then we just clear deliver the message. What's your responsibility? What's your roles? And then we work together for the same goal.
Okay. Now, about the product, right? So what kind of end products can your customers build with your components?
Yeah, so actually a lot of the IoT diversified application can doable with our products. This is our...
and do you have some examples from that?
Sure. For example, we have very successful customer cases in the something like that. And they have track the cars. I mean the child cars, baby chairs, something like that in the park, inside the park. So the problem is they have Singapore, maybe they use Sigfox. They have a China, maybe use Cat 1 next year. Maybe they use maybe they use Cat 2, right? So, but the baby cart maybe just the 1,000 in a park, right? They don't have too much volume.
Yeah.
Then they use our solution. They can build a tracker and they use the modular solution, just put in their customized enclosure. And then they can deliver 1,000 to China, 1,000 to Singapore, 1,000. Very easy, just replace the connectivity module. So this is a typical example.
When you gave that example, the first thought what came to my mind is like, they have the money to just build a solution and they don't need let's say a kind of a prototyping set. But now when you said that they want to deploy kind of customized, locally suitable modules for different countries in just 1,000 each, that's something where your strength is.
Yeah, we fit this requirement. Is not our customer. Actually, they buy from some equipment supplier, right? That supplier, they also own the whole solution. That's our customer.
Right.
Yeah. So they need they don't have too much the low level coding experience. They just want to start from Arduino or maybe something, right? So,
Yes.
and to quick commercialize. That kind of customer is our target audience. We provide a solution for them.
Very nice. Now, other question around, like, why are you working with TroubleMaker? I mean,
yeah. So, actually, I know TroubleMaker is 3 years ago around. So we have a designer, he's a Philippines guy, and he moved back to Philippines. Then he introduced the TroubleMaker to me, and that's why we know each other. And I think, the most of the thing is I come here, I see a lot of the very professional stuff in the lab, and also, we talk each other about the IoT, how the user like to choose the products or to use the products. Then we can get a lot of ideas and also the community engagement from the TroubleMaker.
right.
That's why we like to talk to TroubleMaker a lot. Also, once have an opportunity for the event, we also want to be one part of the sponsor in the event, and to drive more the community engagement.
Yeah, I want to come to that a little bit later. I first wanted to say, like, when I first met you, I thought it was a really smart thing what you're doing. Like, I myself, I know a little bit about electronics, but I'm not an electronic engineer. And with a product like yours, I can basically build a solution at home by myself without having to consult expensive people, start from scratch. And then once I've built something and it works and I can validate the market for the solution, then I can consider moving that to scale up and to manufacturing. And I think in our community, we have quite a lot of people like this. We have people who could potentially make a board, but we also have mechanical engineers or designers who don't have that electronic knowledge, and they can just use your solution to kind of like Lego, click things together and build something.
Correct. Not only the mechanical and the engineer, you also introduce a partner to us, right? It's actually before the role is a marketing consultant, right? So you have a lot of people, the talented people in your community. I think this is the biggest value of TroubleMaker for us.
Well, and that's the easy thing for me. I mean, we, especially me, I know so many people in this industry, in this community. So even if you need something and you ask me, and even if I don't know it myself, if I just put one message in our community, then usually in the same day I have 3, 4, 5 decent referrals for you. So I'm always happy to give referrals and to get people ahead with their project or their career.
Sure. So I have a question to you. Maybe I want to understand. So what's your the value, target value of TroubleMaker to the community member? What kind of service you bring to them? They can join this community.
Yeah. I think we address that in several ways. When we started, we built a physical makerspace because we know people come to China to develop a product. But if you don't have a place like a makerspace where you can meet people who have the same mindset, then it's easy to feel lost, and it's also easy to get information from people who have a different motive, because you talk to a manufacturer, and of course they want to sell. Their purpose is to make money by manufacturing. And if you talk to other engineers or designers in a physical space, you can bounce off ideas. Their advice comes from a very different angle. It's usually not commercial at that stage. So this is something we can do. And then by the years, we grow our network so big. So now we also have online services. And basically, most of our members right now, we enable them to develop their product while they're at home. And it's almost like they're virtually here by coaching them or by offering training programs. And only when they're totally ready, they could consider come to China and produce. And if they can't come to China, we also help with doing project management here, or even for manufacturing. So we don't manufacture ourselves, but we can help in these regards. And I think you're doing something the same.
Yes, but we actually, I think we can make some collaboration. I mean, in our website, I mean, in our web store, actually, we can make some available, links to TroubleMaker. I mean, when our customer, they want to find some service in China, or maybe some, more engagement community, so they can come to the TroubleMaker, right? So I think the audience is the same, but actually the service or value we bring to them is slightly different.
Yeah. But please be aware that at TroubleMaker we're never kind of like exclusive with one specific, because that is kind of
open.
When somebody asks me, they have to they don't want to have a sales talk, right? They want to, it's kind of like a consulate or like a chamber of commerce. There is kind of no commercial motive for them to refer. So if there is a match, then I will usually refer people to like 2 or 3 companies and say, well, I think this is a good one, that's a good one, and this. And please talk with them and figure out who you like most. And if you have questions later about these companies, come back to me and then I answer again.
So that's why the people trust you, right? So it's
that's what I hope. Because
correct. That's right decision strategy.
Cool.
Yeah. So it's very happy to be here, and also we hope to know more people in the community and see how we can provide more service, or maybe build some better products, right, to fit their requirement.
So let's do that also next week. I mean, next Wednesday we organize a TechBBQ Shenzhen 2020 here, and you're one of the sponsors, you're the main sponsor, not just one. And I think that's the right place for meeting people from the community.
Yeah, sure.
Especially TechBBQ is a Nordic event, so a lot of people with good ideas, and mostly I think they focus on environmental solutions. And I think IoT can play a big role in our environmental, because anything what you can sense remotely and send the data on the internet, you don't need to drive there to do measurements.
Correct. That's I think it's a very, amazing event for us. Also, we can find some more peoples, what kind of application they are interested in, right? So it's cool. I hope to be there soon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, guys, that was it for today. And let me know your comments, your questions if you see this video. If you have questions for Ken, I will add his contact information with the video as well. Just reach out and take your benefit from that. Cheers.
Okay, thank you.